What is going on, everyone? Talon back here, and today it is New Year. It is 2020. I can't believe it. It's the start of a new decade now. Oh my gosh. It is just absolutely crazy to even think about that. But of course, we got to go strong. We got to start strong here. And of course, I am joined by the whale himself, Nolar. Go ahead and say hello, man.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Hope everyone's had a good year so far and started off well.
Yeah. So today we're kind of going to be looking back at Dokkan for 2019 and just kind of pick out some of our favorite spots and what happened and maybe some of our least favorite parts, and then just kind of an overall what we maybe hope to see in the future, and just did we enjoy Dokkan this last year, because I think most of you are here for that. So without further ado though, we're going to kind of cover three big areas. The first one is going to be the favorite Dokkan Fests of this year, or I guess of 2019, and then that kind of leads into your kind of the worst Dokkan Fest exclusive units, and that is of course talking about maybe what was the best value, okay, in terms of the meta, team composition, just simply what character you might like, all that fun stuff. So again, whenever we hit these certain topics, make sure you let us know your thoughts in the description below. And then the second part will be about the banner, which is kind of connected to that. And then the final one will talk about EZAs and then SH animations and everything. And that the SA animations kind of go into all three of the different topics if we really want to. So first off, Noir, go ahead and tell us, what was your favorite Dokkan Fest exclusive unit and why for 2019?
All right, so I'm going to say what I think you're going to agree with, and that was Strength Transforming Cooler. He was Team B did an amazing job with him. I didn't expect him to be that great, but he is that great, and he's going to forever be that great because he has the duality of both being a hard hitter when he's transformed, and then pre-transformation, he's a support unit. So when the meta just passes him by and there are better, harder hitters, he's still going to have relevancy on those teams because he's a support unit. And you just keep him that way because his active skill is the transformation. Or, well, the other way around. The transformation between the two phases is an active skill. So you decide and you choose when to do it. The teams he leads is great. Like, String Super Boo, as decent as he was kind of underwhelming. And for transformation boosts, Cooler just leads it all. And even though he's an extreme unit and a good chunk of the transformation boost units that you can use are super, like I said, he's a support unit, so he automatically gives key. He doesn't necessarily have to link that well. So yeah, I mean, I'm just gushing about him. A lot of people are, and a lot of people put him in the top 3, top 5 best units in the game, and honestly, yeah. I understand why.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you. Yes, I think it was no surprise at all that transforming STR Cooler was my top pick as well for the Dokkan Fest exclusive card of the year, even over the powerhouse LR Super Saiyan 4s, LR Gohan, LR Cell, you name it. This guy just takes the cake because, again, like you said, he was given one of the best categories of the transformation category that just simply evolves over time. Right? Heck, if I remember correctly, LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is on the category of transformation boost, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's correct.
So right there, I can already use this Cooler to boost that guy, no problem, and just it's going to be ridiculous. And again, because it's nice because he has a bump over the Int Future Gohan, which was a support unit at the beginning as well, but he was only 1 key. And then you transform him no matter what. You don't get to keep him as a support unit or change him when you want to. Cooler, you said, when we surpass those units come in and surpass Cooler in power, it's just like, oh, well, I'm just going to keep Cooler as a support unit. He can be there right next to that Gohan, no problem. He's going to give him the key, he's going to give him Fierce Battle, and then you can have another super unit and put him next to that LR Gohan, and boom, you're doing crazy amounts of damage like no tomorrow. So it's just... he does everything. He's yeah, there's nothing more I think we can say. And I think for everyone on Global, which I know are probably tired of us hearing talking about him, just wait till he comes out. You will see exactly what he can do. And I know a lot of people will probably skip him because he's an extreme unit. He's not a feature. He's not a super unit. He's not a fusion. He's not a Goku. He's not a Saiyan. I'm gonna say right now, he's worth the summons. He really is. His banner was actually pretty decent as well, but I think he's worth it.
Yeah, he's. I mean, there have been better LR Dokkanfest units, like the Go Bros. They hit harder. They're more like, I guess it's, to some people they're more fun, and that's fine as long as you have fun in this thing. That's all that matters, right? Yeah. But like, to me, my fun is watching Cooler plant that guy into the mountain and plant that dumbass tree, and then go off and have it for 70% of the game being half Saiyans and Saiyans crit to the face. Like, that is fun for me.
It is, and the fact, and I love it because like when the Goku and Vegeta events that just came out with the Super Saiyan 2 Angel Goku and the Majin Vegeta, when those events came out, I was taking them on, and I was just like, oh, hey, look, I can take my Cooler in. 3 turns, I can transform you. Oh, by the way, automatic crit, additional super, good chance at additional super attack with no dupes at all. If you've got dupes, you've got a really high chance of those being 3 super attacks. Just into the waterfall and everything. It's great.
And then stacks attack.
Attack,
I mean, honestly, if they got rid of the stacking attack, I wouldn't have been upset, because then I would have been like, okay, he auto crits for the most part, 70% of the game. That's fine. But the fact that he continually stacks and then auto crits, just like, I mean, you know,
and he stacks regardless of who you're facing off against. The auto crits are just against about 70% of the defense and everything like that.
Yep, exactly.
So I can take him into the Infinite History Dragon Ball event on the Z Warriors stage, where you're facing off against like Krillin, Yamcha, and things like that, and you'll have him transform before you finish that off, no problem. But he's still stacking that attack, and then by the time you get up to Trunks, Vegeta, and Goku and Gohan, you're like, oh, hey guys, 4 million attack stat, let's do this. Boom, just like one-shotting them half the time. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I
guess we're both in agreement. SGR Cooler is both of our picks for the best Dokkanfest unit.
Yeah, and I will say this for anyone who's on Global, another good reason to go under the Cooler banner is that when Cooler came out, that was also the time that the Namek transforming SSJ Goku came out, and we personally also, I think at least last time I checked, we consider him our second pick for 2019. So he is back on Cooler's banner for anyone who has not pulled him yet. So if you get a chance, or you haven't been able to pull him yet, go and try and summon on that banner. You might just also pick up that Goku as well. And they are both really good units. So,
yeah, I agree. Yeah. All right, so I guess we'll move on to the second part of it, which I guess is our, not to say worst Dokkanfest, but I guess the best way to put it is the most disappointing Dokkanfest unit of 2019.
So real quickly, before anyone tries to fire off in the comments about them not being the worst because of A number, B number, and C number, just know these are just simply personally our either least favorite that we did not like after using them in lots of testing environments and everything, or just simply we haven't had enough fun, or we're just kind of like, oh, I was actually kind of disappointed in this and everything. Nolar, go ahead and tell us what your least favorite / thing when it came to
the Dokkanfest units.
Yeah.
It's for me, it's Android 13. The worst part about it is he came right after Cooler, so he had to live up to a standard that not many cards can. So already he's at a disadvantage, and the fact that he's Android 13, nobody's really clamoring for Dokkanfest Android 13. I mean, no one was saying I don't want it, but they're like, really? Why? But yeah, what makes it more disappointing for me, I mean, like you said, disclaimer, he's a good card. He's a very good card. He can hit really hard, and the fact that you can't dodge his attacks, that's great. I mean, I tried him, I think, once on the Legendary Goku event, and that was fun. That was so fun. Just the fact that he couldn't, UI Goku's going to dodge me. No, you're not. You're going to get hit super hard. But the problem with him was, one, nobody summoned for him. Like, nobody. Because I only found one friend the entire time I was looking for him. So, automatically, no one was going to run him. On the other side of that, too, is he's an androids lead, which there are more and better androids leads than him. So, I just found him kind of, like, superfluous. Like, we didn't really need him. He just kind of came out as a filler post Cooler, and it was the lull before the new year. So everyone was saving, no one was spending, and it just felt really dead at the time.
Yep, I 100% agree with that. So
yeah,
and again, like you said, and like you said, and this is more, some people might put this up to the friend system and everything. What's the point of somebody? I'm not going to summon for a unit if I know I'm not going to find the friends. That's why a lot of people are going to skip like the Dokkanfest Piccolo, who is an amazing unit, actually. Put him and Nail together, they are one of the best combos in the entire game.
Exactly.
But you're never going to find a friend, unfortunately. So until they either fix the friend system where you can just take a copy of yours, it's really hard to recommend certain characters. And like you said, Android 13 was just like right after Cooler and right before New Year's banners, which everyone saves for. So it's just one of those things. So for me personally, in terms of a Dokkanfest exclusive unit, this is going to be a little different, and I know I'm going to get some hate in the comments. I've prepared for it already. This is YouTube. But I'm going to have to go with the LR Int Extreme Cell. And the reason for that is because it was not what we really expect, or at least personally, I did not expect. Let's go back in time a little bit, okay? We saw the live stream for LR Cell and LR Gohan, and at first, for me personally, I was just like, okay, fine, whatever, LRs, but hey, transforming Cell, transforming Teen Gohan, I've been looking forward to that for the last few months. I was like, all right, I'm gonna, let's see what they can do, and let's hope that they do justice to them. And then we saw the leaks from the French data miners. And I remember seeing this, and I'm like, holy crap, Cell is like 10 times better than Gohan. Like,
yep, we did a video together. Yep.
Yeah, we did a video on this, and we're just like, Cell is the clear winner here. I'm like, yeah, let's get hyped and everything for Cell. And then the official scans came out, and like with anything when it comes to any kind of data miner and leaks or anything, there's always gonna be a few details that maybe get changed at the last minute, or maybe they didn't get it exactly right because maybe someone isn't able to translate the kanji exactly or anything. But regardless, when we saw Cell pop up onto those official pics on the Twitter page, oh man, my heart just sunk. It just sunk. I mean, Gohan's transformation, I will always say, is garbage, but at least Gohan is self-sufficient, he stacks defense, he links well with the other Saiyans that you're usually going to be running with him, and his teams work. Cell, until you get him transformed at least, it's just, and getting him transformed is very, very difficult. 30% HP or lower is very hard, even on something like Super Battle Road. Especially because something like an Androids category, which is where you're mostly running him, those guys are very tanky to this day still. And it's just, it's very hard personally, in my opinion. So I would have to say that the LR Cell is probably my most underwhelming / most disappointed Dokkanfest exclusive unit of 2019.
Yeah, hard to argue against that, to be honest.
Yeah, so... All right, so moving on then. Again, let us know your thoughts down below in the comments, guys. Favorite Dokkanfest exclusive, and then most disappointing / least favorite Dokkanfest exclusive. Let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. Global, JP, doesn't matter. They're the exact same game. But let's go on to part 2, which is, of course, the best banners for the Dokkanfest units. What were your favorite banners of the 2019 year? And this can be for anything, whether it's the value for your average player, a value for a whale, just how many, what the featured units were, all that fun stuff. What was your favorite banner that came out?
Alrighty. I think the best banner in terms of value was the Dual Dokkanfest of Trunks and Zamasu, AGL Zamasu. That was the first time, I think, on JP where we got Gogeta and Broly back, I think. And,
yes, it was.
Yeah, and dude, they, I got them rainbow before that, but like for the first time, people could get dupes. You're like, sure. And then when the cards of both Trunks and Zamasu came out, everyone's gushing over them. We have another Realm of Gods lead that's not UI Goku for once. And Trunks, his kit looked amazing. So I thought that those banners were really good. And I think I did okay, going in and how many stones I put in to get them out. But I think the average person, that was the best banner. And then we told everyone on Global, like, guys, these two banners, if they keep it the same, and I think they did for the most part. They had 8 features.
Yeah, they added an extra. Yeah, on Global they added in the AGL cooler on the Extreme banner, and on the Super banner they added in Kid Goku. Yeah, which I think for the average player, again, that's still good because a lot of people still wanted those cards and everything. But if you're trying to search for a very specific unit, it was actually a little bit worse for them. So
yeah. And that's a whole trend that we can talk about later that Dokkan's going into. But yeah, I think those two banners together, that at that moment were super valuable. For me and for everybody in general. And now, if I'm gonna pick which I had the best luck, which banner I went in on, didn't have to spend so many stones, it was the Into Future Gohan, and he's a good card. I had fun, and he definitely loved me because it took like 650 stones to rainbow him. So. Oh,
I wish I had that kind of luck. That kind of luck.
Exactly. Yeah. So look, that was for this year. That was amazing. Like, I was super shocked because I remember when the banner first dropped, it was like 1 a.m. or midnight or something, and you were like, "Hey, how's it going?" I'm like, "Oh, I pulled 2, 3." And I just rainbowed. It was just within like 10 minutes of like messages. So, but anyways, yeah, that one was super lucky for me. What about you? What do you think the banner for you was the most valuable? In terms of you go in, you get your stones, you're gonna get something good. And then what was your best luck banner?
So in terms of my favorite banners, and I think the best banners in terms of quality, I would have to agree with you about the Trunks and Zamasu. And I know a lot of people are going to try and point towards the LR Cell and LR Gohan banners because they're basically kind of the same thing. On JP, we saw Trunks come back, we saw Gogeta, we saw Zamasu, we saw Broly, we saw Into Goku Black and all that stuff. But here's the main difference. More featured units on those banners. And when you're trying to go for certain units, with either 1 or 2 units, instead of just simply saying, I don't care what featured unit I get, I just want a featured units, it's worse. So, and besides, those Trunks and Zamasu banners came out before the LR banners, and I think they just kind of stuck better with us. And so, personally, I'm going to say that those were the best 2 banners for us to come out. Because even at that time, when they came out, much older cards like the Evolution Blue Vegeta and the Tech Vegeta Blue, while maybe most people have them rainbowed or most people have them at least a couple dupes in and you really don't care about getting them now, those cards to this day are still very relevant. Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta still kicks butt at Legendary Goku event, no problem. I can throw no items onto him, throw him onto a good team, he's going to tank like a beast still, no problem. Super attacks, that's another story, but let's face it, doesn't get hit hard?
That's pretty much most cards, yeah, so.
Right, exactly. And then, things like the Tech Vegeta Blue, do I even need to say it? Tech Vegeta Blue is still the best Vegeta Blue in the entire game to this date right now. Maybe post-EZA, physical might overtake him depending on what they do. But Tech Vegeta Blue, by the time you're getting up to the Into UI Goku stage, guess what? I can do a normal attack that's a critical for over 1 million damage against UI Goku. So, need I say more, right? So, to this day, I still say that those 2 were the best banners. And in terms of luck, unfortunately, I didn't have any kind of nano or Nolar luck here and like rainbowing them in a certain amount of stones or anything. But I would actually say the best luck I had was on, funny enough, the Int Future Gohan banner where I went 200 stones. I pulled 2 of those new Trunkses, the Heat Dome Trunks, the Tech Trunks. Yep. I pulled the new Into Future Gohan. I pulled my first copy of Tech's Hit. And then I pulled 1 more featured unit. I'm not remembering off the top of my head right now. And that was all within 200 stones.
Oh, that's good value right there.
It was very good value. Obviously a ton of luck right there. And I think it kind of spoiled me, unfortunately, because when I went into Cooler, I had to go like 400 or 500 stones in to get my first copy of Cooler. But no, regardless, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun being able to pull that kind of luck in 200 stones. So, all right, guys. So, like we said, your favorite banners, comment down below. Global JP doesn't matter. And what was the best luck that you had, whether it was a step-up banner or anything like that. If this had been 2019 and we were talking about 2018, I could have talked about the AGL Gogeta banner where I got Gogeta up to 3 dupes in under 400 stones. That would have been my luck right there. So, that was pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so then kind of our final topic to talk about is just EZAs. So EZAs have definitely been a game changer for Dokkan since they were announced back in 18. But 19 has really seen a surge of them, whether it's been through the Dokkanfest exclusive ones or those 6 ones that we voted on with the like metal cooler and everything like that. The battlefield ones, I guess most people call them.
Yeah.
They've really changed things up, made a lot of units that were kind of just like whatever. They've actually made them really good and everything like that. What is your favorite EZA of 2019 then?
He's fairly recent, or I guess like a couple months old now, for at least on JP. But my pick is the Strength Omega. The reason why I picked him is because that passive minus 40% attack, like a freaking Whis. Like, it's just a Whis on the team, I mean, what can you say about that? Like, that was just absolutely, when we both tested it, we were super floored how ridiculous this guy was on Super Battle Road.
Yep.
Just him being on the field meant you didn't need to use an item. Unless you were like super low in health, but you just didn't need an item. You would tank normals for, 3-4 digits. Just, oh God, he was so good. The other reason he's my pick is because full power. He's a support unit for full power. And the reason why that's a huge deal is because full power is one of those categories where it is kind of a mesh of everything. So you've got super units, you've got extreme units, and there wasn't really any good universal supports in that category. So it's either like, 2 key and 20% to super types, but like that would negate half, that wouldn't support half of your team because the other half would probably be extreme types. So there was not a real cohesive way to make a good team run together. But with Strength Omega, with his EZA, he's that glue. He's that thing that runs all that team together. And so for me, he's the pick for the best EZA of 2019.
Yeah, and I think one thing that really cemented him for me personally was that he ups 40% for all full power units, even +2 key. He's a Whis item because he lowers all the enemies' attack by 40%. And if you guys want some proof of that, I posted a video on Twitter a few months ago at the time of this recording. But Broly, physical Broly on the full power Super Battle Road stage, I took the Omega Shenron in there with me. And without the Omega Shenron and no items, I took no items, and I said, okay, how much does Broly get hit for on a normal attack? And he's getting hit for like 56k or something like that, and this is 2 dupes, 3 dupes into the Broly or something like that. This isn't a non-dupe or anything like that. He took quite a bit of damage. I brought in Omega, and this is neutral typing, by the way. So this is like AGL versus a physical. I brought in Omega on the next rotation with the same Broly, or a couple of rotations after that. And Broly was only getting hits for like 13k at the most on Super Battle Road, which is amazing. Like that right there just proves why he's awesome. But yeah. Okay, so for me personally though, in terms of my favorite EZA of 2019, Omega will go into my number 1, but in terms of, I'm going to actually talk about someone else that I think definitely deserves a lot of recognition, and that is the AGL Super Saiyan Blue Goku, or he's technically Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, but in the name he's just Super Saiyan Blue Goku. I am so happy that this guy is finally usable again, because when he came out, he also awakened the OG Super Saiyan Blue Goku, who at that time beat him. He beat him already. It was just like, oh, like the only reason to run the Dokkanfest one was because he had his super shocking speed, prepare for battle, and over in a flash. That was about the only reason to run him. No one at that time, losing health was like a big no-no. You didn't want to do that. And so it made no sense to run him. And so now that he is back and he gets attack and defense up, he greatly stacks attack on every single super attack. he has an extra bonus attack and defense for 10 turns, in which they have actually changed how that 10 turns works now. So if you guys don't know, it was an update, at least on JP Global, you might have this by now as well, where it's 10 turns when he shows up. It's not like, oh, I started on turn 1, and then the second turn comes around, that counts as a turn against the Goku, and then turn 3, I've still got my boost. No, it is when you come back around on turn 3, Goku, that's his second turn right there for the boost, which is really, really nice. And then he gets an even bigger boost on his 9th turn before he loses that secondary part of his passive. But even then, he's still doing just fine. I took him to the Legendary Goku event. He does just fine, even when he's lost the second part of his passive. So I'm very happy what they did with him.
Oh, yeah. He absolutely needed a boost from the EZA, and they did a good job with it. Looks like Team B had a good influence on that one, too.
Exactly. So
he would be my second pick for 2019 as the second best EZA. So I'm sad that right now Global hasn't got him yet as of this recording, but eventually they will.
Hopefully Global will pick it up here on the EZAs. I really hope they do. It just makes no sense personally to me that why they would be delaying some of these EZAs. Like just start bringing them out. That's what a lot of Global players like. I mean, just bring out those EZAs, allow them to use those cards that have kind of fallen by the wayside, and you'll see more players coming back. So
yeah, I agree with you on that.
Yeah. So, all right, then kind of on the opposite flip side, most disappointing EZA. We won't say the worst EZA, but what's the most disappointing EZA that you have seen?
All right, so I think you and I are both in agreement on this. It's AGL Super Vegito. His EZA was adequate in the sense that he got up to the meta. Like, they brought him up to the point where he does good damage. He was always the tankier version. Like, the physical Super Vegito is more the attack offensive version. So the AGL one was always the tankier one, so they just boosted his attack enough so that, hey, he's a viable option, which is fine. That's good. Like, that's the very least we can ask for. But our expectations, and I think I'm speaking on a lot of people, we wanted more out of it. If only because, look, man, he was the first 70% lead. Everyone remembers the time. At least if you've been playing that long, you remember the time when you had him and how great his team was. And just, like, the 70% era was when I first got into Dokkan heavily, and I loved that era. That was, like, the funnest time. So I think with the combination of the nostalgia, the fact that it's Super Vegito, we expected more, and unfortunately what they gave us fell short of our expectations. So that's why he is my pick for most disappointing EZA. And again, he's a good unit. They brought him up to the meta. He can be used as an option, which is good, but it's not what we wanted.
Yep. I think unfortunately Team A got a hold of the Super Vegito EZA, because it feels like they kind of just gave him one because they had to. Right? Yeah. And again, don't get us wrong. He is very strong. The numbers don't lie, right? You take him in, do an event, he's going to do just fine. He's going to counter on a critical for 1 million damage. He's going to hit a super attack of around 1.5 to 2 million, mostly, if you have him rainbowed on the right team. He's doing just fine, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Mm-hmm. But again, it just... I think I kind of summed it up perfectly, and a lot of people agreed in my video about it, that he feels just like a mix of physical Vegito and the 12-key super attack of the LR Vegito, right? Which, if you don't have either of those cards and all you have is the AGO one, then yes, this guy is looking phenomenal to you, right? You don't, and that's perfectly fine, by the way. If you think AGL Vegito is the best EZA of 2019, by all means, go ahead and put that in the comments right now, guys. That's perfectly fine. Nobody should be bashing you for your own opinion. But if you have had a chance to use those other Super Vegitos, it kind of just feels like, oh, okay, he's good. He's at the meta, like Nilar said, but that's basically it, though. There's nothing else to him. I mean, compare that to the big changes that we've seen from STR Omega Shenron or Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, or the the obvious one, right, into Janemba. Like, look at those. Like, and then compare AGL Vegeta, and you're kind of just like, okay, yeah, he's strong, but like, come on, this is AGL Vegito. Admit it. Even if you are somebody who is satisfied with his EZA, admit it to yourself, you wanted more from it. You wanted more. We all did. We all wanted more from the AGL Vegito EZA.
Yeah, I mean, well, the only thing that makes me feel a little wary about this is what are they gonna do with physical Vegito?
Oh god, dude, don't break my heart yet. Don't break my heart. It's gonna happen because I know Global's getting it first. Which, by the way, shout out to Global. That's great that you guys are gonna be getting an exclusive EZA first. God, I hope Team B is able to snag that one. I hope they were able to pick from the jar and be like, all right, who's making the next EZA? Team B, you pick. I really hope they were able to get physical Vegito Blue and just make him. Come on, just have some fun and make him a beast. Like, just make him a beast. Like, you can't, and no one can say, you know, balance and everything. Not when we've got LR, Kale, and Caulifla out still today. Like, come on. Just come on. Release the strength. I mean, this is what we wanted LR Gohan to be an absolute beast. And then they threw in that stupid restriction for his transformation. You're just like, fine, whatever. So hopefully,
I mean, yeah, we just gotta live with it. So
it'll come. So
yeah.
All right. So just overall, how did it feel with Dokkan for 2019? Are you overall impressed? If you kind of in the middle, you kind of bummed. What are your final thoughts on? For Dokkan 2019?
2019 it was pretty good. I think the only major issue that I want to highlight is the goddamn easy areas. Like, that's something they need to get rid of. I think everyone agrees with it, even Truth. Like, he made a video about how much he thought, it was going to be great, but, turns out they decided to really, really restrict the EZAs, and that's how it ended up. So, unfortunately, I think easy areas need to go. But other than that, I just feel like active skills were good. Even though those are used sparingly, I think for artistic choices, like the reasons they pick certain ones and not. The other thing too is the other thing I want to see more of is the retreat mechanic.
Yeah.
So it's been introduced at one point. I would think it was only with the 300 million downloads they brought it up.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think the two farmable units and the androids, those are the only 3 cards that have the retreat mechanic, right? So
yes,
they can do way more with it, and team comps with that too. So yeah.
Hopefully they start to do something like that. But no, I definitely agree. I think overall it's been a good year for Dokkan. They've had a lot of good quality of life improvements. The super attack animations have been just going up and up and up in quality. Mm-hmm. Like, my personal favorite is between STR Cooler and the Super Saiyan Namek Goku. I agree with that too. That's just really good stuff right there. By the way, guys, listen to your thoughts down below in the comments about your favorite super attack animation from 2019. But yeah, just unfortunately, I know they're not going to go away, but just I'm not a fan of the easy areas. I think most people aren't these days, especially because they've started throwing in stone units now. Granted, they are very old stone units, but still, nonetheless, they're stone units. And again, they're very, very restrictive, where a normal EZA event, most of those events these days can be taken on free to play, no problem. Proved it in plenty of my videos. Jay Fantas proved it in his videos. You name it. So there's no excuse for them to be very limiting these easy area events. So we'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. I'm definitely excited though for 2020. Hopefully they do armor correctly whenever that's coming out. I'm guessing year 5 celebration. Hopefully it's done right and it's not bad. Like, in terms of, making the armor like a gacha system or anything. Like, make it purely farmable. Maybe some special ones on logins or something like that. You name it. But other than that, don't make it in a gacha form. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
I agree. I mean, we'll wait to see what 5-year brings us. But I'm pretty hopeful. I mean, looking at the Play Store and the Apple Store, this still makes money. Therefore, it's not going to go away anytime soon. So I'm very hopeful on the outlook of the future of Dokkan.
Yep, just give Team B the important good stuff, and Team A can take the whatever stuff. So,
Yeah.
So-
Just give Team A the easy areas. Just
yeah,
give them those.
exactly, fine. Yeah, Team A can just do the easy areas. Team B can do the good stuff. Have a new team, Team C, to learn from Team B, so they can help them out there and not overwhelm Team B, and we're all good to go. Okay, so. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for this little kind of mesh review and our thoughts on 2019 when it came to Dokkan and everything like that. We didn't cover quality of life updates that much because not much really happened, I think, in terms of, like, the little ones. You know, new events and everything haven't really happened. I mean, obviously, we had the Legendary Goku events and some news for Battle Road stages, but I feel like they're very far and in between. So hopefully they kind of pick those up for next year. We'll have to wait and see. They've been very fun events, but, you know, I think most people play the game to summon, get the new characters, see the super attacks, and that kind of stuff. So let us know your thoughts down below, though, in terms of what your favorite stuff was or your least disappointing, and what do you hope to see from 2020. So anyway, guys, that's going to be it for the video, though. Let us know your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, leave a like if you liked the video. Subscribe if you happen to be new. And until next time, everyone, we will see you all in the next one.